Welcome to Easy Driver, the most reliable source of automotive information on YouTube. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. Now that we've covered the symptoms and causes, it's time to dive into the step-by-step diagnostic process. Let's get right into it and start troubleshooting your truck's engine. Checking coolant levels and quality. Low coolant is a common culprit, but don't just top it off, check its condition too. Here's how. Locate the coolant reservoir. The translucent plastic tank has max, min markings. If it's empty, inspect for leaks. Inspect the radiator, only check when the engine is cold. Remove the cap and look inside. The coolant should be near the top. Assess coolant quality. Healthy coolant is bright, green, red, or yellow, and free of debris. Rusty or oily fluid means trouble, brown or cloudy. Corrosion or rust in the system, oily film. Possible head gasket failure. Top it off if low, but remember, a sudden drop without a visible leak could mean internal engine damage. Testing the thermostat functionality. A stuck thermostat can overheat an engine in minutes. To test it, start the engine cold. Let it idle while watching the temperature gauge. Feel the upper radiator hose. It should stay cool for a few minutes, then get hot suddenly as the thermostat opens. If it never warms up, the thermostat is stuck open. If it gets too hot too fast, the thermostat is stuck close. Listen for gurgling. Air pockets or a failing thermostat often cause bubbling noises in the coolant system. A quick replacement can solve this. Thermostats are cheap and easy to swap. Inspecting the radiator and fan system. If coolant and the thermostat check out, move to the radiator and fans. Radiator airflow. Shine a flashlight through the fins from the back. If light doesn't pass through, clean it with compressed air or a soft brush. Fan operation. With the engine hot, the fan should kick on at 200 to 230 degrees Fahrenheit, 93 to 110 degrees Celsius. No spin? Check. Electric fans, test the fuse, relay, and wiring. Clutch fans, spin it by hand when the engine is off. If it spins freely, the clutch is bad. Radiator cap. A weak cap won't hold pressure, lowering the coolant's boiling point. Replace it if the seal looks cracked. Blockages or fan failures often cause overheating at low speeds, while radiator issues flare up on highways. Tools and equipment needed for diagnosis. Diagnosing an overheating engine isn't just about knowing what to look for, it's about having the right tools to uncover hidden issues. Even a small problem, like a minor coolant leak or a failing thermostat, can turn into a major headache if missed. These tools help you catch problems early, saving you time and money. Infrared thermometers for spot checks. An infrared thermometer gives you instant temperature readings without touching hot parts. Just point and shoot. Use it to identify hot spots on the radiator, hoses, or engine block, a sign of blockages or coolant flow issues. Check thermostat operation by comparing temps at the upper radiator hose. Should spike when the thermostat opens. Spot cooling system inefficiencies, like a cold radiator section, clogged tubes, or an overheating cylinder, internal engine problem. Look for readings above 230 degrees Fahrenheit, 110 degrees Celsius, on critical components. That's when trouble starts. Pressure testers for coolant systems. A pressure tester mimics the stress your cooling system faces under normal operation. Here's how it helps. Find hidden leaks. Pump it to 15 psi, the system's normal pressure, and watch the gauge. If it drops, there's a leak. Even if you don't see fluid, test radiator cap integrity. A bad cap won't hold pressure, letting coolant boil over at lower temps. Pinpoint weak points. Listen for hissing sounds or look for coolant seepage around hoses, the water pump, or head gasket areas. Run this test when the engine is cold to avoid burns or damage. Coolant test strips for condition assessment. Coolant does more than keep temps down. It prevents rust, lubricates the water pump, and resists freezing. Test strips tell you if it's still doing its job. Dip a strip into the coolant and compare the color changes to the chart. You'll see, pH balance, should be slightly alkaline, around 8 to 10. Additive levels, like nitrites or silicates, low levels mean poor corrosion protection. Freeze, boil protection. If coolant's too diluted, it loses effectiveness. Bad coolant can silently kill your engine. Replace it if the strip shows worn-out additives or acidity. Preventive measures to avoid overheating. Overheating in a trailer truck doesn't have to be inevitable. A few proactive steps can keep your engine running cooler, longer. Focus on maintenance, smart driving, and the right upgrades to prevent heat-related breakdowns before they happen. Regular coolant system maintenance. Coolant is your engine's first defense against overheating, but it can't do its job if it's old or contaminated. Stick to a strict maintenance schedule. Flush the system every 2-3 years. Coolant breaks down over time, losing its anti-corrosion and heat transfer properties. A fresh fill keeps things running smoothly. Inspect hoses and clamps monthly. Cracked or bulging hoses can burst under pressure. Look for leaks or soft spots, especially near connections. Pressure test the system annually. A quick test can reveal weak spots before they leave you stranded on the side of the road. Neglecting coolant is like skipping oil changes, a small oversight that leads to big problems. Monitoring load and driving conditions. How you drive, and what you're hauling, plays a huge role in engine temps. Heavy loads strain the engine, while stop-and-go traffic cuts airflow to the radiator. Watch the temp gauge on climbs. Reduce speed slightly if the needle starts creeping up. Avoid idling for long periods. Without airflow, heat builds up fast. Shut down or rev lightly to engage the fan if stuck in traffic. Check weather forecasts. Extreme heat means extra stress on the cooling system. Plan routes with shade or cooler travel times when possible. A little awareness goes a long way in preventing overheating before it starts. Upgrading cooling system components. Sometimes, the stock cooling system just isn't enough, especially for older trucks or heavy haul rigs. A few strategic upgrades can make a real difference. High-capacity radiator. More coolant and better airflow mean faster heat dissipation. Electric fan conversion. Electric fans provide consistent airflow, even at low speeds. Oil cooler. Reduces engine temps by keeping oil from overheating under heavy loads. If your truck runs hot even after maintenance, these upgrades can buy you margin and peace of mind. Keeping your engine cool isn't magic. It's about staying ahead of the problem with simple habits and the right fixes. Engine overheating isn't something to shrug off, it's a warning. Spotting the signs early, like a climbing temperature gauge or coolant leaks, can save you from costly repairs and roadside breakdowns. Quick checks on coolant levels, thermostat operation, and radiator flow often reveal the problem before it escalates. Routine maintenance matters. Flushing the coolant, inspecting hoses, and monitoring driving conditions can prevent most overheating issues before they start. If your truck's been running hot, don't wait. A professional inspection now could mean fewer headaches later. Got questions or a weird symptom that's stumping you? Drop a comment below, or better yet, schedule a checkup with your mechanic. Staying ahead of heat keeps your rig on the road where it belongs. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe for more automotive information like this. Thank you for watching.